So now let us start with the Lamis theorem, one of the important concepts. This we are going to study in the coplanar concurrent force systems. Remember. So what is this Lamis theorem is? So Lamis theorem says if a body is in equilibrium under the action of only three forces, remember it should be only three forces. Each force is proportional to the sine of the angle between the other two force systems. So that's what Lamis theorem used to say. So let us assume that there is a three force. That is, I'll consider this as a force F1, F2 and F3. I hope all the line of action are meeting each other. So this is a concurrent. And let us assume that it is in the 2D plane or in the single plane, so that we can call it as a coplanar. The angle between the F1 and F2, let us take it as an alpha. Angle between F2 and F3, let us take it as a beta. And angle between F1 and F3, let us take it as a gamma. What does the Lamis theorem says is, each force is proportional to the sine of the angle between the other two forces. That is F1, let me take for the first one, F1 divided by sine of the angle between the other two forces, that is F2 and F3. So in that case, this will be the angle, and that is beta. That is equal to F2 divided by the sine of the angle that is opposite to F2. Okay, that is, this is the angle which is opposite to F2. That is gamma. And the last one is F3. What will be the sign? Sign of the angle. The sign of the angle for F3 is opposite, and that is alpha. So this is what the Lamis theorem do say. So it is very easy for us to find the force, calculate the force if we know this formula. And the criteria is, remember there is some criteria. That criteria is there should be a three force system. In the system of the force there should be a three force. Second is equilibrium. It should be in equilibrium condition. Remember. And I hope you know other formulas for the equilibrium also, right? We studied in the beam, that is summation of all the vertical force is equal to 0, summation of all horizontal force is equal to 0. This is what we studied in generally. So over one more formula was there, summation of moment about a point is equal to 0. This formula is not there over here because we are not going to consider any moment over here as of now. Okay, so you have to be understood about the summation of all vertical force is equal to 0 and summation of all horizontal force is equal to 0 for that equilibrium conditions. So let us move with the one numerical. Let us understand this. So let me take the numerical which is over here itself. Over here. So I'll take this numerical. Okay. So here is given is a sphere of weighing 100 Newton is tied to a smooth wall. Why it is given as a smooth wall means in order to reduce the friction, because even the friction arrives in the while drawing the free body diagram. So in order to remove it out, they have given as a smooth wall. By a string, find the tension T in the string and the reaction R from the wall. So if there is any contact, there will be a reaction that generates, right? So let us draw that first. Let us understand. So the only question that will be there is like this only. There is nothing else, okay? So there will be a wall. What he told is there will be a wall, and there and there will be a sphere that is attached with help of a string. Okay, a sphere is attached with the help of a string. And what is the weight of that sphere? The weight of the sphere they have given is as a 100 Newton. How much is 100 Newton? Around nearly 10 kg. Okay. Now let us move on. This is a question what they gave us, and what they told us to find. They told us to find the tension in this string. Okay, they told us how much will be the tension in that string, because it is very important for us to understand the tension, because whatever the string you are going to uh, hang it to that sphere, right? We need to understand how much the force is applying on that string. So let us see this. See, this is a very basic concept, just like hanging a balloon with the help of a string. A balloon is almost negligible weight. Over here, they use a sphere of 10 kg. So let us see this. Let us do first one thing. The first step will be writing the free body diagram. Free body diagram will be the first step. So how do we draw the free body diagram? First is we draw only the sphere. Next we'll take a center. Next we draw the self weight of the sphere, that is 100 Newton, and there is a contact. Whenever there is a contact over here in this point, you can see in this point, there will be a reaction from the wall. That reaction we have to draw, and whenever there is a string is connected to the body, there will be a tension force. Okay, there will be a tension force. So remember, all the line of actions will be meeting at the point, because we are studying about the concurrent force systems. And this I call it as an R, this I call it as a T. Now I have to find the value of R, the value of T with the help of the Lami's theorem. That's it. Okay. So let us start with this. And one more thing I forgot to say, they have given one angle. Okay. They have given one angle, and that angle is 15 degree. Okay. They have given an angle, because angle is very much important. So they gave us an angle. That angle is, this angle is 15 degree. Okay, 15 degree. So let us start with this numerical. So we draw this into the next step, into a line diagram where only forces are there. From this point, the reaction, the line of action of the reaction is this. So I'll take it as an outward from that point in the line of action. And the same from the line of action of the tensile forces is in this, I'll take outward tensile, same as the weight. So the weight is 100 Newton, and over here it is reaction is R, and this is tension. And now what is required for us is the angle, and we know that the angle between these two is 90 degree, so does this will be 90 degree, easy peasy. We need to find the other two angles. Okay, this is where the question might become tricky. So we know this angle, this is again 90 degree, but we don't know what is this angle as well as this angle, but we know this total angle as a 180 degree from this point to this point. So this is a line, this is a line. We know this as a 15 degree. If I do one more parallel line, two parallel line, if it is cutting through the line, then this will be also 15 degree. So does this will be again 15 degree. So what will be the total? 15 plus 90, the total degree is 105 degree. So if this is 15 degree, and if we know, if this part, I'll change the color, okay, see this, if we know this as a 15 degree, and if we know this as a 180 degree, and what will be this? That will be 180 minus 15, 165. So this will be 165 degree. So now we know all the required thing, that is one basic force, all the required angles, that is 165, 90, 105. Our next step is just put this in a formula, that is force, any force, you take the first force is T divided by sine of opposite angle. What is opposite angle for this T? Opposite angle is this 90 degree is equal to, next force is R divided by sine of, or what is opposite for this R force, that is 165 degree is equal to 100 Newton divided by, what is opposite for this 100 Newton force, that is this force thing, this whole deal, that is 105 degree, sine of 105 degree. So next step is very easy. I'll not waste time in calculating this. Next step is very easy, that is you put R divided by sine of 165 is equal to 100 Newton divided by sine of 105. It's just cross multiply, then R is equal to 100 Newton divided by sine 105 multiplied with sine 165. So the value of the R is, it comes something nearly 26.8. Okay, I'll not even waste time in calculating. 26.8 Newton. That is a reaction. The same with the tension. The same with the tension. T is T divided by sine 90, that is equal to 100 Newton divided by sine 105. Okay, so that will be T is equal to 100 Newton divided by sine 105 whole multiplied with sine 90. Then it might be something 103.5. 103.5 Newton. That's it. It's done. So just draw the last one diagram, that is 3 force, the same 3 force, that is 100 Newton. Over here R was something 23 point, how much it was? 23.8 Newton. And the last force was the tension force. The tension force is 103.5 Newton. What do you understand is 103 point, how much? 5. See, what you need to understand is, even if it is taking only 100 Newton of the load, it is not equal to the what the string is about to take. See, the string is taking more than what it is given the load. And we have to do the last one thing, that is we have to draw the angles, that is 105 degree, 90 degree, 165 degree, and that's all about this one numerical. So first draw the free body diagram, then this conversion of the angles, then you put the Lamis theorem, then find with help of first you do whichever the required first this, or you equal these two and get the value of T as well as R. Okay, this is the easiest one. So that is a one numerical. I hope it is very easy for you to do. The next numerical, let us proceed with the next numerical. This is little bit complex one. Okay, this is little bit, and they are not asking you about the free body as of now, but you need to understand this. Over here, this numerical is multiple cables are connected to each other. This is how it is works normally. So let us understand this. There was a cable. Okay, I'll draw this. Okay, first let us see this. A system of connected flexible cable is supporting two vertical forces. Which is at two vertical forces? 200 Newton, 250 Newton at a point B and D. At a point B and D, determine the forces in the various segments of the cable. So we need to find the forces at this part, this part, this part, as well as this part. This is what they want us to find. Let us draw this first. First, let us draw the cables. This is a cable, okay, and it is connected in a three parts to the some wall, or it is a fixed. Somewhere it is fixed. I hope you know, right? We show this in terms to be fixed. And there is a two loads, that is 200 Newton as well as 250 Newton. Okay, this is a very easy numerical, nothing to worry as of such. Now let us see about the angles. One angle is 45 degree, the other one over here is they are given as a 60 degree, and over here they given it as a 30 degree. Okay, so these are the three things. What is the next thing to go on after this? So let us try to solve this. Okay, how do we solve this? What do we do is initially, now this is a complex. Okay, let us consider this point as what they have considered in the numerical B and D. Okay, this is a point A, B, C, D and E. They consider this as each individual points. How do we do this? How do we solve this? It is very easy. What we do is we divide this. We divide into two components. One is, it looks like this. I'll talk about the point D first. This is a tension over the tension cable. So this is a tension, and this is also having a tension of this one tension, and there is a downward force, that is 250 Newton. So I call this as a tension T1, this as a tension T2. So I divided at a point D like this. Okay, at point D in this term. Next is I have to take this, consider at the point B also. In the point B, if I look clearly, there are one more tension cable that is connected to A, one is to the C, and one is the load, that is 200 Newton, and one more is the same thing that is connected to B, and this one we take in terms as a T2. remember, because the same T2 we divided, right? This is also a tension cable itself. The other two I take it as a T3 and T4. So I have to find if the tension in this cable, which I call it as a T1, tension in this cable, which I call it as a T2, tension in this cable, which we will find it is again the T2. Over here it is T3, and over here it is a T4. So we are finding the tension in the cable. So let us move with this. Our aim is over here to find T1 value, T2 value, T3 value and T4 value. That's it. This is the fourth thing we need to find. What is the next step? Now we divided, we understood what all need to be found in the numericals. Next is regarding angles. He has given over here as a 45 degree, again two parallel line cutting. If something is cutting two parallel line, this angle is equal to this angle, right? So if this is 45 degree, this is also 45 degree. So I understand as this is also 45 degree. The same thing happens for this also, right? If two parallel line cutting with this, if this is for 60 degree, this will be again 60 degree. I hope you understood this. So let us move on. This will be 60 degree. And if this is 45 degree and we know this total as a 180 degree, what will be this? This will be 135 degree. And we know this as a 60 degree, and we know this total as a 180 degree, and what will be the rest, this angle, this will be 120 degree. So now we got to know that this is 60 plus 45 degree, this is 135 degree, this is 120 degree. So this is 105 degree. So let us go with the next thing. The same we calculate for this also. Over here we know it as a 60 degree. Over here we know this part as a 90 degree. This they have given as a 30. So 30 plus whatever left, that will be 90. And if this pura part, if this angle is 90 degree, this will be 30, and if in this, if you see this as a 30 degree, this angle, this will be 60 degree. So this total is 90 degree itself. And over here it is, this total is 120 degree, and this total is 90 degree, and over here it is 60 degree, over here it is the 90 degree. So this is the thing, but you need to understand one thing is, we cannot apply the Lamis theorem. Remember, we cannot apply the Lamis theorem. Why? The reason is simple. How many forces are there over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. But Lamis theorem is only for 3 force systems. So for this we cannot apply the Lamis theorem. The Lamis theorem is applied for only this one. Okay. So let us go with the first Lamis theorem. For this force, that is, I'll write it little bit fast. T1 divided by sine of opposite angle is 120 degree. That is equal to 250 Newton divided by opposite angle is sine of 105 degree. And last is T2 divided by sine of 135 degree. So if I calculate this as an first, okay, this as an first, I get, so T1 as a nearly 224.1 Newton, and if I calculate this is equal to this, I get T2 is equal to around 183.0, okay, 183 Newton nearly. Okay, this is directly from the Lamis theorem. What we found is, we found what is the value of T1 and T2. Just directly cross multiply. T1 is equal to 250 Newton divided by sine 105 multiplied with sine 120. You get the value of 224.1. Now the next thing is something that is little bit which gives us to be thinking. Little bit we need to have a logical. This is where we cannot apply the Lamis theorem, but as of now, from the last this diagram, we understand what is the value of T1 as well as T2. We understand what is the T1 as well as T2. So we apply the same value over here. What was the value of the T2 over there? The value of the T2 was 183 Newton. Okay, remember 183 Newton. So if I draw this once again, I'll draw it once again. I don't know what is the value of T4, it is as it is. I don't know what is the value of T3, it will be as it is. I know the value of T2, that is 183 Newton, as well as I know the value of this, the downward force, that is 200 Newton. If that is the case, and we know the angle, this angle we know it as 60 degree, and this angle I know it as 30 degree. So what we do is, we do the same thing as we have done for the last all the exercises. We divide this in terms of one x component and a y component, only for the forces which is having an angle to the quadrants, one x component and one y component. So over here the x component, I call it as a T3x, sorry, this will be y, and this is T3x, and this is, I call it as we take it as a T2, right? T2x, T2y. This is direct we take it out, because it doesn't, it is there in the x quadrant itself. It makes no angles to the quadrants. So for x axis this it is 0, this is for y axis it is 0. So we'll see this, okay, in the next. What was the formula for equilibrium conditions? That is summation of all the vertical force is equal to 0. So what is the vertical forces are there over here? Let me change the color to green. Okay, all the vertical forces, I'll take it in terms of green. Is this 200 Newton is in the vertical force? Yes, it is in the vertical force. Okay, but we need to assume something. What we are going to assume is all the downward force that is equal to negative, and all the upward force that is equal to positive. Okay, because we need some side to be as a positive and some side to be negative, so that we can add it out, right? So if two forces are going in the same direction, we add it out. If one force is going on another direction and another is on another direction, then we negate. So to understand that, I'll make upward as a positive, downward as a negative, a symbol. So first is 200. We know that summation of all the vertical force is equal to 0. So that is equal to 0 comes first. Now we do all the summation of vertical force. First is 200. Let us take with 200. Does the 200 is going upward or downward? It is going downward. So downward we assume as a negative. So minus 200. Then the second thing is, this is a downward force. Again in the vertical, T2y. What is T2y? What is the angle it is made? It is made angle as in a 60 degree. Whether the angle is made to the x-axis or y-axis, it is made to the y-axis, right? And it is in the downward. So I take this as a minus, see, listen, minus T2 cos 60 degree. And we have one more thing which is going upward in the quadrant, which I take it as a positive, that is T3y. And T3y, that we take it as a positive T3 cos 30 degree, because the angle is making for in the other term. So we know the value of T2, that is 183. We know 200, this is also, and what we don't know is T3 only. So T3 cos 30 is equal to, if I keep all the other side, 200 plus 183 cos 60. So if I cross multiply, add and cross multiply, I get the value as in a 336.6 Newton. Okay, the calculation is left to you, only the concepts. That is about T3. Now we got to know what is the value of T3. The value of the T3 is 336.6 Newton. Okay. Now what is the next thing we need? The last thing, that is T4. Okay. So let us go with the one more thing, that is summation of horizontal force is equal to 0. Summation of horizontal force. Summation of vertical is done, horizontal. What we take is everything that is going on this direction as a negative, everything that is going in this direction as a positive. The same in the x-axis, positive x-axis and negative x-axis. That's it. This is what we are assuming. Okay. So which all the horizontal forces are there right now? This is a one horizontal force, that is T4. So I'll take minus T4, and this is a one horizontal force, that is plus T3 x, which is we take it as an sine 30, and this is also in the positive direction, T2x plus T2 sine 60. Okay, but what we don't know over here, we don't know only this term. We know the value of T3 as a 336.6. We know value of T2 as a 183. So you keep the T4 over here, make 336.6 multiplied with the sine 30 degree plus 183 multiplied with sine 60. And after the calculation, the last answer is 326.8 Newton. And this is all about this numerical. And what is your last step would be? Last step would be informing that T1 value, T2 value, T3 value and T4 value. T4 value was 326.8 Newton. SI unit is important. T3 is 336.6 Newton. T2 is 183 Newton. And what is the value of the T1? The value of T1 we found is 224.1 Newton. That is 224.1 Newton. And that's it. This is around 10 to 12 marks numerical. Over here, all the concepts are easy. Where you make a mistake. Now understand where all you make a mistake. This is important. You make a mistake in taking that angles. The initial making this angle, whatever this angle is there, right? You make a mistake over here. This is a one thing. Second thing where you make a mistake is you might make a mistake over taking this cos and sine. Cos and sine. And this you never make a mistake. Generally people don't make mistake in the Lamis theorem. Generally the people don't make mistake in the calculation. They might make a mistake in taking this plus or minus values for the force. So if you little bit careful around these three, almost no error in your calculations. Okay. So this is all about the Lamis theorem. In the Lamis theorem, finally we have done with the one numerical only on the Lamis, and we have done with the one numerical on equilibrium of connected bodies. So this is a equilibrium of connected bodies numerical. So please do refer the SS Bhavikatti for much more further numerical, and try to solve as much as you can. Thank you. See you later.